Hey, welcome everybody. So in this video, we're going to keep going on our office building, and we are going to start adding in a ceiling tile system. So in order to do that, I am going to look for my ceiling plans, and I'm going to double click on level 1. And so now we're in our ceiling plan. So I want to go to architecture, ceiling. I'm going to make sure that I have the 2x4 ACT system selected. We're going to change our height offset to 9 feet. I'm going to type in 9. Then what else do I need to do? Then I'm going to kind of hover my mouse into this large area here, and I'm going to left click on that. And now what I want to do is I'm going to zoom in. So you notice that some of our ceiling tile grids at the bottom and top are real kind of small. So to avoid that, what we're going to do, I'm going to click the modify to cancel this command right now. So I'm going to select one of these ceiling tile lines, and I'm going to go to move. I'm going to select the base point, just really anywhere. And I'm going to drag this straight up. So I'm going to move this ceiling tile grid up 24 inches. So now our ceiling tiles aren't so tiny. The sides are okay, we can leave that like they are. So I'm gonna go back to modify and cancel out of any command I might be in. So then what I want to do is I'm gonna go back to my ceiling. So architecture, ceiling. I still have a 9-foot offset, so while I have that 9-foot offset, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So I'm gonna select inside this other large area here to make that 9 feet. And then I'm gonna change my height offset now to 8 feet because I think all the rest of them are gonna be 8 feet. So 8, I'm gonna select left click in this area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to zoom into this area to the right. So they want us to do some modifications to this grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, let me hit modify. Let me select this grid here. I'm going to change my properties. So from 2x4, I'm going to change this to 2'2". I'm going to change my height offset to 8'6". And now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to modify. I'm going to rotate this grid. So click rotate. I'm just going to kind of draw this, or click out to a point to the right here. Left click and then just kind of rotate. I'm going to drag this up 45 degrees. Right there. Click it again. So we rotated our grid 45 degrees. And so now we're gonna create a new gypsum board ceiling system. So they want us to go to the Manage tab. So I'm gonna go up to Manage here. I'm gonna click on this Materials. And then in the list here, I'm gonna look for gypsum wallboard. Gypsum wallboard, I just went right past it. So I'm gonna right click on gypsum wallboard. I'm gonna select duplicate materials, or duplicate, one of those two. I'm gonna select materials and assets. And then I want to rename this to gypsum ceiling board. Ceiling. Delete that one. I don't need that little one on the end. Get rid of that. And for my foreground pattern, I'm going to select gypsum plaster. I'm going to click OK. Click OK again. And now I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I want to work on this area in here. But before I do that, I want to go to architecture, click on ceiling. We're gonna click on edit type. And then we're gonna select the drop down. So where you see the type here, I'm gonna select the gypsum wallboard on metal stud. And then what are we gonna do? I'm gonna click duplicate. I'm gonna rename this to gypsum ceiling board. Gypsum ceiling board. Click OK. Then it says select edit next to the structure parameter. So over here, so come and click edit. And then we're gonna add some goodies in here. So the core boundary is good. The structure metal stud layer, we're gonna change that to the thickness to 0 space 0. No, I take that back. 0 space 1 space 1/2. So that's 1.5 inches. Then I'm gonna add another layer. So I'm gonna insert. I'm gonna move this one down. So number 2, I wanna move it down. This one, the material is gonna be metal stud layer. Metal stud layer here. Click OK. The thickness of this one is gonna be, what is it gonna be? 0 space 0 space 3/4. We're good there. Okay, so I think we're just about good. So the finish 2.5 at the bottom. We're gonna change the material of this one from gypsum wallboard to, we want gypsum ceiling board. Click OK. And then the thickness of that is 5/8, so that's what we want. I'm gonna click OK twice. Once, twice. Then it says make sure gypsum ceiling board is selected in the type selector, which it is. Our ceiling height is 8 feet. I'm gonna select these 2 areas here. So 1, 2. I'm gonna click modify to get out of that. So now what I'm gonna do is kind of pan down here towards this bottom area here. I don't want to select anything. What I'm gonna do here is I'm going to, what are we gonna do? We're gonna add a wall. So I know that we're not in the floor plan, but we can add a wall in the ceiling plan. So I'm gonna click on wall. And we're gonna select the interior. Like, what type of wall do we want here? I'm gonna select interior 4 7/8 1 hour partition. Make sure what you want to do is we are going to set the base offset to 9'6", and then we want the base constraint. Do we want that, or we want to go up to. So the top constraint is going to go up to level 2, right there. I think everything else is good there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over to the right, and I'm going to click this endpoint, kind of drag it over. So I'm just basically just kind of following along this path here. Just we want to make sure that your wall is to the inside of that line, not the outside. If it does happen to be on the outside, then just hit the space bar and it'll flip it. But I'm gonna just kind of draw this wall here, here, here. I'm gonna hit the modify to cancel out of that. So we did that. I think we just need to add our ceiling in there now. We'll be good to go. So I'm gonna go up to architecture, ceiling. I'm gonna select the 2x2 ACT system. The ceiling height is 8 feet, which it is. Oh, it doesn't. I think we're gonna change that. I just want to let you see It says move your cursor below. We're 8 feet. Notice it doesn't add it. We're going to change this to 9'6". 9'6". Now we get our line down at the bottom. So now we can left click in our space here. Let me zoom out so I can kind of see where we're going to add the ceiling to this area here. So make sure your height offset is 9'6". You have 2x2 ACT system, just left click and we're good to go there. I think what I'm gonna do is, it doesn't say to, see how we have the same problem with our grid is kind of small little sections at the top and bottom. I'm gonna click on modify. I'm gonna select one of our ceiling grid horizontal line thingies here. I'm gonna click on the move tool, and because these are 2x2 squares, I'm just gonna select somewhere a base point and just drag this up 12 inches. So now we don't have little short squares top and bottom. And then just save your project. So modify, I'm just save your project as EX7-2. And in the next video, we will start putting in some light fixtures. All right, so I hope that helped, and I hope to see you back in the next video. All right, peace.